How's it going, everyone? Paul with Adaptable Survival. Today, let's go over some more military surplus gear. So in today's video, let's check out some more military surplus gear. If you think back to the canteen survival kit video I recently uploaded, that video was really meant to show this is a kit you could put together. It's not necessarily to say go out and buy from the specific places I bought those things, because I've seen it ended up still resulting in like $90 for that entire setup. But the reason I showed that is to show people, hey, this is what you could put together. You know, some people don't have the availability to a really good surplus store or really good flea markets, anything like that. So I wanted to show what you could put together if you really got creative and searched around and did your due diligence. If none of those things are possible of going to a surplus store or a flea market, you could always resort to Amazon. So that's kind of my thinking with that one. I wanted to build off of that kit now to a more lightweight military surplus kit. And that's really going to consist of two pieces, one having more pieces obviously than just itself, but two pieces that we can build off, carry with us on day hikes, things like that. So the first one is the Molly 2 butt pack. Now I have this one in woodland camo. You can get these in various colors. I believe it is Thunderhead Outfitters sells a updated version of this, or like a reproduction version of this, where you can get in like Ranger Green, Coyote Brown, multicam, so forth and so on. But this is just an old issued woodland camo version. Let me drop my other piece there. But the nice thing with this, if we look on the back here, obviously have this strap so you can connect this to the Molly 2 assault pack or the ruck. But then you have these little sleeves back here where you can see the waist belt is tucked in. Now, obviously I didn't just bring this out here because I'm shooting on a camera, so I have another pack with me, but this would suffice you if you want to go really minimal for a day hike, day scout, anything like that. You can pack this up. The other piece that I have that goes along with this one is the collapsible 2-quart canteen. Now I've owned this one for a few years. I haven't used it a ton, but I do like to have it because obviously this is collapsible, but the sleeve itself has this lining. So summertime, super hot and humid out, I can fill this up with some cooler water, stick it in here, and it's not going to keep it super cold for 8, 10, 12 hours like an insulated bottle will, but it will delay that heating up of the water over time, or vice versa, wintertime. I know there is a more winterized version of this, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. This may be that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But, you know, it's delaying the cooling of that water in that case. So, simple. You see these all around. The strap that this came with, so obviously you notice this one from the canteen kit. The strap that came with this one was a little too short. Basically this thing was riding up in my armpit, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna work for me. So I just switched out that strap off of the canteen kit, threw it on this one since we have some other components with us. Let's get a top-down view and we'll start dissecting it. All right, so now we just got a top-down view. Obviously talked a little bit in depth on the 2-quart canteen here, so we're not gonna beat a dead horse there. So let's focus more so on this kit here. So you have the 2 buckle straps that come over the butt pack itself, and then you just have the dual zippers. I just like to keep them in the middle, so when I drop this down, I can simply open it up and get to everything I need. So as you can see, we have this thing pretty kitted out with a few different components. So this is just a shelter kit from Bushcraft Outfitters. That's where the tarp's from. Someone commented on one of my previous videos that think it's outdoor adventure gear or something along those lines, was the OEM makers of this tarp for bushcraft outfitters. So I'll throw their link down below so you check them out if you want to pick up a similar size tent. But with this kit, obviously we have the main tarp itself. I went through what's in here, and then the only other thing we have in this kit is a bag with some tent stakes in it. Now obviously you don't need to carry it in this. I just like to do this because it makes life a little bit easier, so I don't have pieces and parts flying all over the place. And then these are just some, I like to call them like a razorback tent peg, because it has multiple attachment points. So depending on how deep you drive this tent stake in, you can attach it along one of those ridges, and it's going to capture it. I apologize if you're hearing some traffic in the background. Sounds like some motorcycles flying by. So simple enough. Pack this up. Good to go. And then this will look familiar. So this is just the canteen kit itself minus the canteen. Now, I purposely left this empty. I didn't fill anything in here. I didn't put any snacks, nothing like that, because that's basically what I would do in this kit, in this scenario. This cup, instead of just leaving this as dead space, I could throw wet wipes in here, dude wipes. I could throw packets of coffee, snacks. I'm not sure if an MRE meal would fit in here, but you could put whatever food you're gonna need for the day stashed in here, so you can kind of keep your whole kit streamlined. We won't go through this whole kit again, because if you want to see this kit, just go back to that video, as I got some burrs on the strapping there. And then the main component that I wanted to cover today is this water filtration kit that I have in here. So you may have noticed I don't have a stainless steel canteen or a titanium canteen or anything like that. I just have this collapsible 2-quart canteen. So obviously I'm not going to necessarily be boiling in this. That's why I have a canteen cup. If I happen to need to boil the water, I have that vessel to accomplish that. But for this water filtration kit, what I got is a CNOC bag. And so I have 2 of these. I have one that has blue, and I have obviously the orange one here. So the way I purposely bought those like that is this orange highlights that it's a dirty bag. The blue equals clean, so that's a clean bag. I'll have another setup using these, so we'll go through that. And then in this little mesh bag, I have a Sawyer squeeze. Everyone knows what those are. But I have something else in here. This little adapter. Now, I got this from Father Nomad. He's been making these since, I believe, February is when he started testing these out. But you might be looking at this and saying, what the hell are you going to use that for? Let me show you. So we take that 2-quart canteen, undo the lid, and now we can take this little cap here, screw that right over the top, and now the Sawyer will screw right in there. There's not a bunch of extra parts floating around. I can seal that all up nice and tight, and now I fill up water in my CNOC bag, connect it to the Sawyer, refill my 2-quart canteen. All right, so I filled up the CNOC bag, or the NOC bag, with just some water from my canteen, from my bottle. So this is just clean water in here. Obviously, if we're collecting out the landscape, it's gonna be a little bit more mucky. So we're gonna make sure that that's nice and clear, or clean. But you can see that this Father Nomad, let me try and make sure that this is zoomed out. This just screws in right to the CNOC bag, and then screws into the cap, which screws on to the 2-quart canteen. Now all I do is I roll this down. See, you can hear that filter's in there. So the nice thing with this is I can attach just a loop of paracord, you know, just however you want to tie that on there, and then I can hang this from a tree. And now I have a dirty bag, and I have my 2-quart canteen that I can fill up with clean water. I don't really see the point of dirtying a vessel when I can simply carry a smaller bag that gets down really, really small. Let me filter all the water out of here. And you can see I don't have to put a lot of pressure in this to get this to start to filter through. So you can see that I'm filtering that fairly easily. Let me unscrew the 2-quart canteen. What's nice with this Father Nomad adapter, let me get this. I'm trying to juggle out here. By the way, I'm a horrible juggler. Come on, there we go. So we'll just toss the 2-quart canteen off to the side. And obviously this is kind of looking at this from a top-down view, or upside down. But if you look right here, there's an air hole there and an air hole here. So that's gonna stop this from getting stuck on you. It's gonna allow some of that pressure that's being built up to push off. And then now we simply come out here, roll this bag up, and you can see it's already kind of dripping out of the bottom there. We just roll it. You can see I don't have to put a ton of pressure on this, and that's filtering that water very, very fast and efficiently for me. I'll just empty this bag out so I can let this dry. That's something you always want to do, is try and get as much of that water through the filter and out of the bag, whatever system you're deciding to use. So let me unscrew this quickly. We'll just talk about the adapter itself. Now when you order this Father Nomad adapter, so obviously you're going to get the adapter itself. It'll come with this nice little mesh bag, which I find this is handy. So after I'm done using this, done using my filter, I can close this up, and I can either attach this right to the outside of my pack by doing a lark's head, or if I have a carabiner or something like that, I can simply just clip this right to my bag, or I can use the little clip and just clip it to whatever this fits onto on my pack. The other piece that you're going to get is this, and this will marry right up in here, and now you can attach this to just about anything else. So it's really as simple as 2 little pieces. I think I have one other thing in here, and this is pretty cool. These are like zipper beads. I don't know if this will zoom in because it's so small, but just a skull face on a lantern. I believe he has a few other styles he does. These are a little nifty if you want to add some accessories to your pack. And then we can simply drop that all right in there. So I just picked these up from Father Nomad in the last week and a half, and those filters, or those adapters for the filters, cost 25 bucks. You know, he's just a really small time creator, doing this on his spare time, and I'm a firm believer in helping true small businesses really get off the ground, help them launch, you know, highlight them in videos when it is appropriate, when it can kind of fit into things that I'm doing. I've talked to Father Nomad when I was ordering these, kind of asked him a few questions, and seems like a really legit dude. So I'll throw his link down to his website as well as his Instagram. Go give him a follow, pick up some of his filters. He has wide mouth filters, fishing reels. I know he's coming out with like a hobo reel, which is a pretty cool design. I have another fishing reel like that I just bought, so when he comes out with those, I'll pick up one of his and we'll showcase both of those. Both small time business creators that came out with those. And he has a whole host of other things. So check him out. Pick up one of the original 2-quart canteen adapters and wide mouth bottle adapters. Like I said, when it's poignant, I think it's necessary to help highlight true small businesses, other small-time creators in our community, be that the survival, bushcraft, outdoors community, highlighting those smaller time players so they can elevate their operations. When the tides are rising, we all got to rise with it. Now, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your go-to water filtration method? What do you like, not like about this kit? What would you add? What would you not add? With this kit, I am on the search for a Woodland Camo Molly 2 Assault Pack. So if you got a line on one, either drop me a DM on Instagram or Facebook, or leave me a comment down below and we'll link up, chat, see what we can't work out. Do me a favor, hit like, share, and subscribe. That gets more eyes on the community that we are building here. Helps bring those people into our community so I can grow our knowledge base, learn together, and grow together. As always, this has been Paul with Adaptable Survival. Adapt your mind, your body, and your gear.